What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah, and you're watching this video on Sunday, August 32nd, 2024 at 10:50 a.m. MST. This week, the church is my extra, and I am the ordinary. I have no idea why I didn't see this last week. Again, God hides things for us, not from us. And he definitely hid this for me. But out of the songwriting retreat that I did back in February of 2021, one of the words that one of the ladies there gave was that God was breaking through the glass wall. And after she got done, she said, I think I meant glass ceiling. She was trying to communicate this idea of a false boundary that we couldn't exceed or get by. But the leader of the retreat, Stephen, said, no, you didn't misspeak, because you were speaking about the church being unified. There's been numerous people throughout the Gallatin Valley and the Bozeman area where I'm in that have prophesied revival and church unity and church renewal and just the church coming alive for years, but that there hasn't been a large outpouring of the revelation of that. So the lady was speaking how she had been in the valley for a long time, but that she was seeing that God was breaking through the glass wall. And so Stephen jumped on that and said, no, you didn't misspeak in not saying glass ceiling. God is breaking through the glass wall. That sense that there's a barrier between us that's keeping us apart, that we can't break through into church unity. It is totally a glass wall, and God is breaking through. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 14 says, for Jesus himself is our peace, who has made the two groups, specifically in this context, the Jews and the Gentiles, the two groups one, and has destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility by setting aside in his flesh the law with its commands and regulations. His purpose was to create in himself one new humanity out of the two, thus making peace, and in one body to reconcile both of them to God through the cross, by which he put to death their hostility. As I give myself to the Spirit, the light of his truth and revelation, say, Spirit, you search me. Search every nook and cranny, and you bring to me anything offensive that you find there. I find that I have hostility towards other groups of believers in the family of God, here in Bozeman, here in the Gallatin Valley, but then towards other believers throughout the rest of the world, that there's a sense of a barrier that I have, a dividing wall of hostility that says, nope, I can't go and hang out with those people. Or, man, they say they're believers, but I hope they make it to heaven. And if they do, man, they're going to be smelling a little bit like smoke. I don't think that I'm the only one that wrestles with that. But in that word that the lady gave at our retreat, that God is breaking through the glass wall. There is no wall, that Jesus himself is our peace, and he has destroyed the dividing wall of hostility, making one the two groups who were divided through hostility towards one another. So obviously, Paul speaking about the Jews and the Gentiles. But beyond that, in a new covenant with Jesus, that Jesus has broken down the glass wall that would keep me separated from anyone, that he is the way. Like the disciples in John, where they were hiding behind walls and barred doors with locks in place, and that Jesus just showed up into their midst. He showed up into their midst because he doesn't need to use the door. He is the way. He can enter any context, flow in and out of any people group, and there is no dividing wall. He's bringing reconciliation to all things. And so here in these videos, this is the awesome part, that with the video that I shared about my brother and him wanting to break into me, that there was this glass pain that he couldn't get through to me when I was born and I was in the little nursery at the hospital learning how to be a human, but that he saw me, he loved me, he wanted to reach out to me, but that he was attempting to break through this glass barrier. In editing last week's video about Bowden and training object permanence and having God hide things for us, not from us, in order to reach out into the fullest expression of our destiny. And then editing the video back in 2021 about the retreat and thinking about all that God did, that word that God is breaking through the glass wall came to our context. And I'm just filled with this renewed sense of faith by the Spirit that I'm reaching through to you. There is no glass barrier. That I tap on this, that there's the juxtaposition of time, that I'm speaking to you here in August 2024, but that by God's Spirit, I'm breaking through the glass barrier to be with you by His Spirit in this moment, truly reaching out to you and touching you. I'm breaking through the glass wall. I'm so excited. Oh man, in these moments when Jesus just imparts His heart, He imparts His vision, He imparts His ability to see by faith through the impossible, that it's just so exciting to me. I'm so excited out of this context with this new revelation, this new impartation of grace by Jesus that came to me through my sister in community together, the declaration that God is breaking through the glass wall, and to walk in that grace that I receive from her. I confess, I don't even know her name. I just heard her speaking. I should find out who she is. Sleuthy task. I'll track that down and I'll let you know who she is. But just receiving grace from her, grace from a stranger to impart the grace of God's heart to me to be able to see through the obstacle illusion, an obstacle that appears to be there but is not, to break through that glass wall, that dividing barrier that would keep two apart from being one, and that now I get to walk in that grace in these videos here with you in 2024. It feels different to me, but also to walk in that grace in pursuing everyone that I was pursuing back in 2021. That Jesus Himself is our peace, and that He's making us one through His flesh and finished work on the cross, so that there is no dividing barrier between us at all. If you subscribe to what I am doing, hit the button, hit it, and then get it. Hit the bell as well so that you get notified with the new content. And if you loved this video, you didn't just like it, hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on our lives together. I love you guys lots, and I will see you in the next video. So beautiful. Like, God hides Himself for us, not from us. Like, until He revealed it, I couldn't see that I was like tapping on the glass, and I was living under this revelation by the Spirit that He's breaking down the glass wall. So beautiful. I'm going to have to sleuth down who that was. She imparted grace to me in order to know you more and to know my Father more. That's so good. Next one. What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And today, my girls are my extra, and I am the ordinary.